my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Here we are. Week 3, baby. Let's hear it. Come on. Come on. That's it. All right. Week 3, SLS. Where would you rather be? I want to be nowhere else than here. It's that simple.
I can't be
that simple.
There's nowhere else you could want to be.
I mean, you're watching us. You're in your room. You're watching us. You're checking us out. You're looking at us.
Maybe something's going on under the covers while you're watching us.
We're looking
I'm
at
not
you.
going to ask.
Yeah, we're looking at you guys.
Yeah.
They're hungry right now.
They're hungry. They're hungry for something.
Oh.
They're going to get it tonight.
Oh, my God.
They are going to get it tonight.
They're going to get a fantastic matchup. Josh, who do we got on the slate tonight?
Dude, you guys are not going to believe this. So, we have Spectre Gaming versus
Oh, my God.
Gentle Hearts.
Oh, okay.
Gentle Hearts Gaming. So, both of these teams with insane records, 5-0, 4-1, crazy. We're expecting some pretty good gameplay from them.
We've been promised.
They're in the same, they're in the same league.
It's in my contract that this gameplay is going to be peak, or else I am walking offset live.
That's what I do too.
No, he's done it before. We had to go get him.
So I think we're in for it tonight. Last week,
listen, for something.
If you guys watched us last week, you remember the crazy games going on. Oh my God, the Ezreal Baron steal.
The Renata Elder steal.
Oh my God.
J4's 13 backdoors.
Dude,
it was
so entertaining to watch.
It didn't stop.
It was the craziest thing, and you could almost call it League of Legends. That's how wild it was.
And that's what we love about the game.
It
can just go in these crazy directions. Who knows, man?
I'm telling you right now, you had a bad solo queue game. You're looking at dude, man, how on earth could this get any worse? If you watched last week, you know. That's all I'm saying. It was wild. It was how did this team win? I don't even know what just happened. I don't care. That was fun. And we're trying to provide a fun product.
Yeah,
that's all we're trying to do.
It was a 4-hour series or something like that? It was crazy.
It felt like 8.
Yep.
It was incredible.
It was good. It was good, but
I needed therapy after that series, but only for the good things.
Yes.
So worth it, man.
It was.
What a great time last week. I think we're gonna get something similar this week. To be honest with you, you saw, like I said, the records are there. I'm expecting something nuts.
Well, so because the records are there, is it going to be a 2-0 sweep or is it going to be a 3-game match?
It's going to be 3-game.
You think so? You think? Oh my God!
You got inside information I don't.
So listen, I think that with what I've seen from these guys, not a lot, not on the stream, but I've seen some stuff. I think it might go a little nuts.
Well, no.
Really?
You've seen some stuff. I've heard some stuff. We all heard some stuff because we got some interviews lined up right here.
Oh, my God.
Got to stall for a second while the producer goes over, but we got interviews right now. Interviews from both sides. It's a beautiful thing. We're going to get you into those interviews right now.
Oh, okay. So today we have an interview, Gentle Hearts Gaming, with Alaskan Sunbear, their top laner. From what I've heard, Alaskan Sunbear is the MVP of LCS at the moment. This is a huge opportunity to be able to interview and talk to him today. So, Alaskan Sunbear, I just have one real question on my end to begin with you here. Why are you not, heavy hearts or any? Why are you gentle? Is there something gentle about your team?
Believe it or not, yeah, we're gentle as hell. No, I wasn't there at the making of the team name. I had nothing to do with it.
Wow, you don't
but
like
I do
it that
love
much.
it. No, I love it. I mean, look, I, out of all the toxicity in solo queue, I'd rather be the gentle heart. You know what I mean?
That's good.
That's we need more of that.
I love that. That's a good answer right there.
Well, no, we need more toxicity, or there would have never been a gentle heart.
It's the contrast. It's the contrast.
All right, buddy.
All right, but how does it feel to be in your first broadcasted game? You a little more nervous than usual, or is this gonna be a regular league game for you?
This is not my first competitive scene. I've been playing League of Legends for about 12 years, and competitively for about 6 years.
Wow.
So I am not very new to anything.
Nice.
A lot of the people on my team are. I'm just trying to act like they roll on form. Make sure that the direction.
Yep.
Sounds like you're a seasoned player.
So you've been through it all. You've been through it all.
Yep. Season 2 Lulu release.
Oh my
Dang.
God.
So you got your season 2 Riven skin as well.
I'm like what season 2 Wukong release? I think that's when I was
My very first skin in my skin collection is Jacksmith from like 6/13/2012.
Yes,
Now we're
that's a
talking.
clap. That used to be one of the best skins in the league.
Yeah.
Show you how far league
Oh,
has
yeah.
come.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's my first skin was the Riven skin, like the championship Riven one.
It's a
Because
damn
that's
good
when I
skin, too.
first started playing. Everyone and
Yeah.
my friends were like, "Oh, you need to watch the finals and all the stuff you can learn from it." So that's my very first skin on the account.
That's pretty good.
I know.
Pretty
yeah.
good skin to start
Skin's
off
hot.
with.
Yeah.
All my first like 30 skins are top laners, so I've been doing this for a minute.
Nice.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's true. So we can obviously tell you're a lot more successful than your cousin Alaskan Bullworm, who never made it to the competitive league.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah. I avoided Sandy. That's the
That's,
difference.
that's smart.
Right. That's
Wise
it.
boy.
So you've been through it all, right? Top
A lot
lane.
of it, yeah.
How do you feel about it in its current state right now?
As a lane individually, I think it's okay. Speaking in competitive sense, solo queue is just a calm fiesta, and you can't, make any accurate bases off that. But
Yeah.
in competitive play, I think it's in an okay spot. The TP changes have pissed me off since that happened,
Ah,
so
it's the worst.
True.
Hate it.
I really feel like I'm on the island. I hate the fact that if I get behind by 1 kill, I feel like I'm stunned.
Done. Yep.
over,
Yep.
yeah.
It's
But
tough.
I've played the lane in worse times, like when Soraka top was meta, and
Yep.
there's been a lot worse times. So I'm just happy to play
Challenging's my tough.
competitive.
Yep.
Anything
my
to get me
God,
out of solo queue experience.
Yeah, there you go.
That Soraka top brought it back for me. Oh
Yeah.
my God. She's just casting the Starfall the whole time.
Non-stop.
Oh
Smite
my
top.
God.
And then,
Tanky. What a
And
pain.
I actually
Every-
didn't
Oh
struggle
my
with
God.
Smite top as much. I just
That was pretty
played
chill.
Hullbreaker, and they just
Yeah, it was honestly
let me
kind of
get
a
3
chill
towers
game.
for free.
So that's it. So best 3 solo queue champions for top lane. Who would you do it for the viewers to help them out there?
So if you're looking to learn top lane from the start, because my pool is not it. Like I play Aatrox. Okay, don't do that.
He's getting buffed.
No, those are reverted nerfs.
Yeah.
Please.
No, they're buffs. Right. why don't
But
you believe they're
I
buffs?
would look at very simple point and click effective champions, Malphite, Prowler's Renekton if you're a bit more of an assassin type player. There's Olaf. It's a very simple, non-hard mechanical champion that have like huge impact and implications on the game.
Yeah,
Nice.
It's
I mean,
perfect.
can't argue it. That's
So-
the way to play solo queue.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you heard
yeah,
it.
and don't do what I do.
All right.
I play the hard road.
All right. Well, any thoughts before you get into game?
Just that we're feeling very confident.
Okay. let's
Beautiful.
go.
I would like to see
Spectre
it. Wow.
Gaming, man. Spectre Gaming's your enemy.
I have faith in these people, man. These people.
Okay.
are
All right.
good.
Well, Alaskan Sunbear, thank you so much for joining us. Can't wait to see you dominating up top lane.
Of course. Thank you, buddy.
Take it
Nice
easy.
talking to you.
Whew! You know what? I didn't get enough. I need more interviews.
Yeah.
I need more stalling for time. Is that what we're doing? I don't know. But I got another
think
interview
so.
queued up. And you know what? Let's play that right now.
Okay, so we have another interview here. Spectre Gaming, Lips of Deceit. A very nice
I like
name. I
that.
think it's a
I
little
like that.
spicy. I like that a
That's
lot.
not bad.
Play support for Spectre Gaming. So,
do.
are you guys all ghosts on that team or what?
Are we all goats? Or
Yeah.
Ghosts. You know, Spectre. You
Like
know.
4 legs, horns.
Oh yeah, I mean we're all goats too, but it's a good time. It's a good time.
That's good to hear. You know, you
Yeah.
all have different histories and everything. You come together and you play League of Legends, even in the afterlife. That's great to hear.
Why can't it be Call of Duty Spectre, the gun?
True, it's a good
That's
gun.
hot.
You can't name your team Call of Duty Spectre.
Anyway, so Lips of Deceit. What are you thinking going into this matchup against Gentle Heart Gaming? You've been looking at them at all, seeing what they're playing, what they're up to.
No.
You know what? I
Yeah,
like that.
I like that.
That's
You
smart.
go in blind.
It's all about you, not them.
Adapt. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Consume and adapt. Kazakhs.
Oh my God!
my
Maybe
God,
we'll
that's
see
good.
Kazakh support from Lips of Deceit here.
If we
Yeah.
if we do, we know the way the series is
Yeah.
going. It's gonna be a quick one.
Spectre wins.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Sir. Perfect.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty nice that you're playing support now, right? Because years ago, you had about 5 champions that you could only play. Now, literally, the whole entire champion roster can be in the bot lane, and you won't get flamed anymore. So, are you loving that?
I would say loving that is a bit of an overstatement. I still think that you are relatively limited as far as like what you can play, and not grief.
But
Maybe that's just me, but like,
That's right.
yeah, 100%. It's jungle diff.
Yeah,
Jungle diff.
Jungle
AD
diff every time.
My AD can't right click. GG.
that's it.
That's too good.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was saying, you know, they feel very confident. We literally haven't done a single bit of scouting the entire time we've been in this league, and we probably won't.
Hey, honestly, you guys have the record to back that up. I mean,
Yeah.
you're going against, you know, Gentle Heart has a similar record. I think they're either 5-0 or 4-1. It's one of those two. But you guys both have very strong records tonight. That's why I think this is going to be a very exciting matchup. You know, going into it blind, like you said you're going to do, I think that's very exciting for us and for everyone involved. I think it'll be a great game for you guys. Can you give us a little hint?
Little insight.
Yeah, do you have any like Spectre strats that you guys like to do? You know, something
Spectre
sneaky?
strats?
Yeah,
Yes.
Spectre
Yeah,
strats. You
TM.
like that? Yeah.
Yeah, we just win bot and win the game.
Smart.
Easy.
Also,
That's
you're
all we
welcome
need.
for the free scouting report done by Josh right there for you.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. There you go. All right. Well, any last words before we get into game action? Anything you want to say out to the fans out there?
We're better. We always will be better.
That's what I
Prepare
like to
yourself
hear.
Plain and simple. Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I couldn't ask for a better way to end it.
That's
Well,
good enough for me.
Lips, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you out there. And if your 80 carry doesn't have 4 kills by 10 minutes, you're not doing your job, right?
Yep.
All right. Take
Yeah,
it
have
easy.
a good one. Thanks.
Good luck, man.
Yeah.
You know, Lips
Oh,
of Deceit.
man.
Wow.
What a
beautiful.
good man.
I love
yeah,
that.
Beautiful. Very,
That was a good man.
I
very
still like his
humble.
name.
He said, "We're gonna win through bot lane, and that's it."
That's it.
What else do you need to
He's
say?
Do I need to know
confident.
anything more?
He's
Nothing.
confident.
No,
he
he-
knows about, like you said, you know, infinite picks essentially for support. However many champions exist, he can pick,
He
and we're
does
going
it. He
right
has
into
it.
that
He
champ
has it.
select.
Over here.
Guys, we don't mess around at SLS. We are in the
No.
champ select. Here we go.
That's it.
Blitzcrank is banned.
No!
I can't.
Oh my God. So it seems like
Dude,
you know, Gentle
Shut
Heart
up.
might have
Shut
done
the-
some
shut up for
reporting
1 second.
and scouting.
Dude,
while Spectre
Are you trying to tell me they banned Blitzcrank? Why are we here? I was promised Blitzcrank.
I
That is
love
in
it.
my
Yeah,
contract.
remember
Listen,
this is a
he's so
5-game
nice.
series.
No, it's not.
Fired up and ready to serve.
Yeah, J4, a lot of bans for J4 recently. You'll
Last
see him in
week he
competitive
was
play.
working.
Dude, he's a
Yeah,
little
and
a little
you'll see him
dolphin,
in
dude. That
everything.
Who's that? Udyr?
That's God
Tricks in the
year.
game.
That's God year. So ban out the jungle heavily on the side of Spectre over here.
you replace this.
Whoa! Accusations.
did
Caitlyn
you
is
pour
banned.
here?
Gone. We do
Caitlyn-
not like the high range ADCs on the side of Gentle Hearts. Maybe we'll get rid of Jinx.
What did you put in this chase?
A lot in there.
Yeah, I can
Oh,
tell.
shit.
Caitlyn gone. Silas banned. When
Seraph-
you need it, Seraphine banned.
Silas
instantaneously. Yeah, Silas is just an incredible champion.
I love him.
He can steal your ultimate.
He's so
What
cool
else do
because
you
of
need?
how dynamic he is. Like,
Yeah,
like you can beat
he's got
anyone.
it all.
The ultimate, arguably, most important
Listen,
part of a champion's
I don't know a
kit.
Yeah,
lot.
take 'em.
Listen,
You gotta
I know a
heal,
lot. I don't know a
heal,
lot about
knock
League
up,
of Legends.
dash.
I know a lot about League of Legends, but I know when he's not wearing a shirt, I'm in.
Oh, hey, let's
right.
yeah.
That's
And
right.
This might be the first Melio we've seen,
I
right?
think last
Except for
week
the
we
one
had
last
him.
week.
That's right.
It might have
that's
been with the
right.
Jinx, I think.
Mm.
As we saw, it did a lot. I mean,
Yeah,
it did some work for the
It's got
Jinx.
some healing. It's got the knockback plus almost like
Yeah.
a cleanse built into it. With
She
the
does that little
Crazy
boobity boobity
kick.
boobity
It is,
bow.
It is incredible. It is just an incredible champion. Very, very strong. Very,
Very strong.
very sustainable in lane.
Some would even argue the strongest. But
Really.
the Jinx being taken away. Now, to all of you people saying, oh, dude, Jinx is dominating solo queue, blah, blah, blah.
Uh-huh.
Just you wait. At level 18, she'll have 4 less AD.
Is that true?
Are you crying now? Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
Riot Games
Riot
will
buffed it.
respond to your nerfs.
Well, here's the thing I always love about the nerfs, right? Everybody will type, "Yo, why are you playing Jinx? She just got nerfed." and it'll be like,
Yeah, she'll be 16 kills. Yeah.
and it will be like, well, yeah, all they did is nerf her 5 AD at
Yeah.
the beginning of the game. Like it's
No,
not. It's
no,
not.
no, Chase.
But it's just
They,
random.
they
so
nerfed her AD growth, so at level
Yeah.
18 she'll have 4 less AD.
I know, but then people see that
I
she
can't
got
play her.
nerfed and she's done.
I can't play her anymore.
Yeah, it's on. It's
done.
4
dude,
AD at 18, I'm done.
Yeah.
Stand behind Brom.
Yeah,
I
Braum,
like
Braum
this-
Jenks actually very,
Hey,
very good.
there we
like
go.
the combo.
What I
Yeah.
was saying before. No
good
shirt
combo.
on the champ. GG. It's that
Good.
simple.
Braum is just such a cool guy.
Yeah, who else would you rather have on your side for actually anything?
Dude,
life-wise.
Stackable
Life-wise.
passive.
Yeah.
Throwable slow with passive stack.
Thicker than oatmeal.
A fucking
shield.
dash onto your ADC.
shield.
And
Yep.
the big shield that blocks anything.
Or minion.
And a huge knock
And
up
you know,
and massive
you haven't even
teamfight
mentioned the
beginning.
best part. Think about the mustache rides.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
That's
fact.
incredible.
That is
actually.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wait a second.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Oh
If
my
you
God.
win, I'm in.
Another shirtless pick.
That's right, dude.
Actually, Braum, fun fact, is the most winningest champion in LCS history. He is the most
Really?
highest
You know,
overall win percentage.
We do not have the
think that makes
we do not have the
sense.
technology to fact check that,
That
but it
is
sounds
true.
it
That
sounds
is
accurate.
true.
It sounds
He has
accurate.
got like a 72% win ratio.
That does not sound
Braum.
accurate.
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh yeah. He was a god. Remember the meta? It used to be only Braum and Lucian. That was it.
Can
For-
someone
shit was
can someone in the
crazy.
chat just
Yes.
say no, that's not true, whether you know it or not, so I
That
can
is
debase
true.
Chase?
Look it up. Look it up.
Yeah, right.
Look up. Has Braum ever won a game?
We don't even have internet out
That's
here.
it.
Okay, wait. So, Ashe, Scion, Braum, Jinx.
Mm-hmm.
They want the Jinx hyper for sure. They want Jinx to go off.
Yeah, I mean,
That's why you
yeah.
pick her.
I mean,
Well, Cyan can do it all.
that's why you pick Jinx, sure.
I mean, we saw that
But
Scion
that
last
beef-
week.
Cyan can do it
Listen,
all.
you guys will see
Oh my
soon
God, look
enough
at these new
with the
followers over
Scion.
but listen, man.
Wait,
Britta
can we move that?
Stasco?
We should move that a little bit.
That was a thank you for the follow. That was very kind. And what was the other one? I am Yumi or something like
Yugi.
that.
Yugi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yugi?
Yugi.
You got Dark
Yugi.
Magician.
Yes, I got that Dark Magician. Thank you for the follows. It means a lot.
I like Dark
we
Magician
always
Girl.
appreciate
Thank you. I'm so glad you brought that
That
up.
was good. I have that card too.
Listen,
I
I
do- I
will
have-
buy it for millions.
I have like 2,000 Yu-Gi-Oh cards. It's insane.
I like the
I-
background where it's like the
Yo.
big portal.
Yeah, I got so many Yu-Gi-Oh cards. It's disgusting. But yeah.
Where did he
Anyways,
go?
so we're getting back over to it. You might have noticed a couple bans over here, right there. Aatrox got banned.
Interesting, man.
Set
Yep.
got banned. Victor got banned.
I mean, Victor Ban. Listen.
Oh wait, we are live with the Aatrox buffs, correct? Yes.
Whatever's live is what
I'm
we're
pretty
playing
sure
on,
patch
for
just
sure.
dropped.
I don't know.
Am I
I
wrong?
don't know.
I don't know.
It
Let's
could
just
be,
pretend
it
that's
could
true because it makes
We'll
me sound
take it.
better.
be. Yeah, and Viego also banned. Godlike champion. Absolutely. can
He's
just
so
1v9.
he's like Silas on crack.
Yeah,
Yes.
he is.
Honestly.
He is. The worst part is when he just gets the reset and just demolishes. your
I
whole team.
cry.
So that's actually the best way to counter Viego, and this is out there for everybody.
Oh,
is go.
yes!
Take
it!
Yeah.
We called it. Come on, baby.
Place.
Come
Well,
on.
It's not gonna be
Don't
support.
tease me.
Yeah.
But
I
I
don't
love
care.
to see a Kha'Zix, one of my favorite champions of all time. You know, you guys were talking about earlier where you started. I played initially with Vi release.
Vi
That's where I
release.
started. Yes.
Dude, you
Kinda
used
late.
To, you used to main Zeke's Herald Viger. I remember.
Dude, you
Yeah.
told me to
You
build
told
it.
him to build it.
Oh my
That's
God,
right.
this guy.
You told him to build it bot
Oh,
lane with you so
The
you could get more
real
attack speed.
KMP.
I can't blame-
Thank you
can't
for the
blame.
follow. We appreciate that a lot.
You'll take the Zeke's
Yeah,
Herald.
it was so the background story to that is Zeke's Herald used to have a passive where it would give
Whoa.
a life steal aura and attack speed aura, and I used to play AD carry and Josh was over there in my bot lane, so I used to tell him when he first started playing the game, build Zeke's Herald every game. It's the best.
You
item
are
for
the
your champion."
worst. You
Simply
are.
so I could get the life steal and attack speed.
Dude, what a
aura.
bastard, man.
So he used to
Dude.
rush it every match.
But
oh my god.
dude, Zeke used to be so good though.
Yeah,
was
that's
sick. It
incredible.
was
I
sick.
mean, that's incredible.
Whoa,
And the
whoa,
Ace
whoa.
will
This. Okay.
Getting dropped
The
over here.
Gragas
Plus with
jungle,
the
Darius top, Acel mid. That oh,
Yeah.
followed by the Fizz. Are we gonna see the
Give me
Fizz?
don't know.
Fizz!
We don't know. We don't know.
pick Fizz, please.
No.
Please.
We might
Come
get
on,
a
show me
Zeke.
your little
We might
Fizzlet.
get a Zeke.
Show me your little
Right.
Fizzlet.
I want to see what this man does with Fizz so bad if he
He's
picks
not
it.
Hit me in my
going to.
Oh, Syndra,
Not
yeah.
Look, I get
It's
it. I
probably
get
the
it with the
Syndra.
Syndra. I get
It's
it.
probably the
You
Syndra.
wanna
You know,
play Syndra, I get it.
standard pick. You know, nothing too crazy going on
Listen,
there.
but to be honest, I'm pumped about this Darius pick.
Yeah, the Darius
and this
is nice.
A-Soul pick. That's so sick. The Kha'Zix pick is here.
Yup.
Boom.
Talia!
Boom.
Earth.
Kha'Zix actually,
That's tough.
He did get a buff. It's weird. It's like a little nerf plus little buff in there type thing. So that's pretty nice. Great champion overall. Seriously, fantastic champion. One of those people who can just, if you do it right and you get that couple kill lead right there, you can two shot somebody.
Oh
like,
my
right?
god.
I always say Kha'Zix isn't a real champion until level 11. That's always
The
been my
double.
thing.
What do you do
Yeah,
first? You
so
do the Q? Yes.
And then the jump.
I do the E for sure.
Yeah,
People
once-
do W for the slow. I'll take the
Hate it.
leap reset.
I always go Q W R. That's it. Or Q E R.
Yeah.
That's it. I
The
never
invis
go
is
W.
nice.
Never
It's like
go
90% slow when
I know,
isolated.
people
but
love it.
It's for solo kills. I mean,
W. I don't care. I
I'll
just
do
want to
the
one
invis.
shot somebody.
4 invis, right?
3.
It's 3. It's
Yeah.
2 usually.
And you get like you get a second.
It's
and a quarter or
additional
something
time.
like that.
Yeah. It's way. I love
So,
it. I love it.
so
Such
good.
a fun champion.
And it's just incredible when you leap onto somebody, one shot them, and then
And then you go-
leap onto them, kill somebody, leap onto somebody,
Yeah.
leap onto
The
somebody. leap on-
resets.
It's just
Oh.
it's beautiful, 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 beautiful. Love it.
The reset.
Love it.
That's why I like Viega.
Yeah.
I mean, any of these reset champions are so satisfying to play. 'Cause
Right.
It's also just looking so cool, depending on the skin as well.
Yeah.
I mean, one of my all-time favorites is Mecha. He looks so good in Mecha. It's an
Nice.
old skin
It is.
at this point. I mean,
That's the first
crazy.
skin, I think.
Right,
yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
But he looks great, and I think he's an amazing champion. And I don't think he gets enough attention.
No.
He is an assassin.
He's
I
a
get
solo
it.
queue god. There's a certain people out there who, like, in solo queue, you give them 4 kills, right? And it's like you're automatically, you can solo queue the game. There's certain
for sure.
there's certain people out there that just have it.
It's
And
like a
boom,
Lee Sin.
You're done. And it's amazing.
Like, what do you mean we lost it?
And Talia, also a very good pickup. We've seen her a ton in the jungle for a lot of stuff. And which is awesome. Aurelian Soul, everybody knows he's got the whole rework in there. And he has just been an absolute unit of a champion at this point. An absolute unit. There's a video going around of him just one-shotting people at level 1, right? You just hide in the bush, and you hide in top lane and everything, and you're just laser beaming them down to their death, and there's nothing they can do. So, it's awesome. It's awesome. All around, great champions picked over here. I like
Definitely.
the team comps right here. But if both my casters over here, right now, who do we got? We got Gentle Hearts Gaming, or we got Spectre.
I gotta say,
who do we got?
Yeah, I gotta say, if we're talking like, standard front to back, the CC off the charts, I gotta go with Heart. They're looking really good. You got just the tanks out the wazoo, but you got the tanks out the wazoo on the other side on Spectre too. I'd say it's pretty close. If I'm going just general front to back, I really gotta go with Heart though. I gotta say, the Talia pick is nice though. I do like that adaptation.
Yeah, I mean the Kha'Zix works pretty good against.
But who are
Ashe.
you? Yeah, but does it?
Depends. Yeah, against Ashe, yes. The difference is A-Soul, if he builds his Archangel staff, and he's going to get that shield over here. Emilio just a hard champion to kill just with the heal that he puts on himself, plus a little knockback over there. So Kha'Zix, pretty good. For Ashe, it could just wipe her out, which is awesome. Talia has a lot of stuff. Sion, we all know him as the unkillable god.
That's
just
right.
Can't die. Just cannot
That
die.
might be something to
It's
highlight.
insane.
It might be kind of hard to kill Sion if he gets too tanky. I mean, the Aurelian
Yeah.
Soul does have that health shred,
The good news is, sometimes in games like this, right, where you have 2 frontliners, like a Braum and a Sion, sometimes as Darius, you simply just love that. It's just amazing for you, right? Because you're able to get your 5 stacks done, and you're maybe able to get to the backline at that point. All you need is a single Q or W or an E, an auto attack, whatever you need.
Whatever it may be.
And then you're getting an ult drop on them, and you just start wiping the fight. So sometimes it's great for Darius. The other time is when you start seeing this, is there's just so much CC on the other team that you can't do anything, and it's a very frustrating game for you.
And that is tough.
I'm excited to see how this gets into it. I've said my piece, so Pat, you're up to say.
Well, that is true.
Exactly.
That is true. That is true. Well, now, a little bit of transparency. You may be wondering, why are we sitting here for so long, all right? Well, some jackass decided it'd be a good idea to kick some paper towels into the streaming computer. All right? And we're currently stuck in Windows Update because we lost internet, somehow lost the game. We might not even be able to get back in the game. We hope we will.
Listen.
But right now we're stuck in a Windows update cycle because some jackass kicked the internet off.
There's also an update for League of Legends.
You're pointing the wrong way, Jay.
Listen, you will not find this on any other broadcast.
No,
this is
absolutely
where
not.
you come for
Absolutely
anything,
not, yeah.
off the rails,
Yeah.
just on point, man.
I think I could
It's almost
count on that one hand how smoothly everything is gone.
Of all time. I mean,
yeah.
we're probably
Yeah, we're up there
forever.
And so sometimes people will say it's a blessing in disguise because we get to talk a little bit more. Sometimes up to 45 minutes.
Not a lot of people would say that. I'm gonna be real with you. Now,
well, anyways, back to hearing your piece about this match.
well, I mean, it's tough, right? I almost wonder, do they have enough damage on the side of Heart? And I have to think they do. It's crazy. They have a lot of CC. Both sides have a ton of CC. Ooh.
2.8k to 0.
Dude, what the heck?
How is
Someone
that
someone
possible?
just dumped their entire channel points right in. Dude, that's what I like to see. That is the dedication we like to see in the chat.
GHG
Look
himself.
at that.
Right there.
Yeah, that is.
right
That's
there.
great. That's actually
That is
fantastic.
that is Shill Nation.
We have
I like to
who
see it.
predicts the match right here, and it is a 100% so far, a 100% of Gentle Heart Gaming's 3K to 0. So there's currently no love for Spectre out there. You guys obviously got a hold of the script, right? And you saw that it's a 3-game series.
Yep.
Gentle Heart does win it. So you know what's going on. Jared in the making, thank you so much for the follow. It has been incredible over here. We couldn't do it without you, Jared. We appreciate that.
He's
so
the
much.
man.
Yeah.
I know a couple of Jareds. Listen, all the
Yeah.
Jareds I know are like decent. They're pretty
Thank
good
you
guys.
for voting for Spectre. Overweight
Nico.
Nico.
Wait, so she's.
Look at that.
Oh, thank you for the follow.
That's
right
beautiful.
there.
That is beautiful.
Listen,
Yeah.
that might be pretty
Oh.
solid. That might be solid.
All right.
Overweight.
All right.
I'm gonna leave
All
it
right.
at that.
No, just hang tight with us.
Oh, we're getting back in the game.
You don't understand.
This is it.
You
Listen.
don't understand how smart our producer is right now. This man was able to get us into the game. We apologize. It's actually going
Oh
to
my
be
God.
93 minutes in. So you're going to see the very end game. 7 Barons have been taken.
Yeah, right.
4 Elder
That-
Dragons.
if we were on
So-
time at one point this night, it is all down the drain. That's all I'm
That's
saying.
it.
We are probably 15 minutes behind live, but you know what?
That's fine.
You've waited
That's
long enough.
fine.
And we are about to bring you
Oh,
the heat.
Jared says he has an Uncle Josh. So do we. So that is
What?
actually so funny that you say that.
We have to start there?
Because.
All right.
Can't go behind. Can't go before it.
Okay.
All right, look.
worth it?
This is an SLS classic.
Listen.
Believe it
Yeah.
or not, this has never happened in the history of SLS or LCS or any other production you've
Oh.
ever
Yeah.
seen for League of Legends.
Hey, Jace, you gotta
Right now,
Here,
we
share
are about to
this mic.
start in
get
at
in here.
22 minutes
Yes.
within the game. This is
Yes.
all we can
So
do.
I-
There's nothing
We
we can do
actually
about it.
planned this the
It is
entire night.
22
There's
minutes
been a
into the
complaint
game.
that said, why do you show so much early game? Why do you show us why
There it
champions fight in the beginning? And to that we
Listen.
say this right here, right now. That's what we have to answer.
We
for
are
that.
into game, and it
Yeah.
looks like Gentle Heart, man, it's over. It's already over. Rolling Soul drops his ult, but it doesn't matter. It's 20-11. The gold lead is almost 10K. This game is all but over. And you may wonder, how do we get here? What happened? Why are we starting the game at 22 minutes in?
No. Blame them. Say
Exactly.
that somehow they missed it.
Exactly. That's 100%.
Yeah.
It's because you guys aren't liking the stream enough. It's
Yeah,
that
yeah,
simple.
that-
We had to punish you. We
Yeah.
had to punish you. And you know what? If you didn't see this outcome from the beginning,
No,
you're
no.
not a true League of Legends
So we
player.
had
seen it in the chat.
We had a sub goal, right? And it was we wanted 21 subs. For every non-sub there was, you got to miss a minute of the game.
That is true.
Yep. So
That
that's
is
why
true.
we started at 22
honest-
minutes.
yeah,
That's why we
exactly.
started at 22
exactly.
minutes.
And
yeah.
it's not because I kicked a roll of bounty paper towel into the stream PC that somehow unplugged the Ethernet cable and caused us to reboot the PC, which then started Windows Update and the League Update, which somehow we managed to get in the game, but we're 22 minutes in.
Yeah, it has been, it has been hot. H8WT. That's the way to actually spell it right here. But beautiful team fight going over here to Ash Arrow is going to get on that Talia.
Oh, the
Got
groggy!
eliminated immediately. Lips of Deceit in a bad position, but his team turns
Doesn't
it around.
matter. Maybe it does. The big
Double
damage.
kill.
Double kill.
Wow. This is not looking good. If I'm Spectre Gaming right now, I'm kind of just saying, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. Too.
Now, I would love to know the buildup of how this happened, but just like sometimes you don't get that. You just write the backstory yourself.
This poor Scion has to try to run away.
Wow,
Can't even.
Yeah.
Use his ult to get away, but the Darius is able to
that's
pull him under
unfortunate.
tower,
Nobody
and that's
even
going to
got
be a
it.
kill.
So-
That's the game.
Please, Josh, give me a backstory as to what you think happened. right
Okay,
now.
so here's what I'm thinking. Based on the scores, Darius, which I wish I saw more of this
Yup.
gameplay because I love seeing Darius play.
This is some
Darius,
high octane.
Gragas, and Ashe all doing nutty plays. I mean, look at this 400 gold bounty on the Gragas, on the Ashe. They clearly did well in their lanes. They're carrying the games. They have serious KP. Darius, solo lanes, 6-1 and 4. I mean, the Science 0-3 and 2 just died recently.
What are you
but
gonna do?
He must have roamed. He used that. He doesn't even have teleport. But he roamed. He did some work in the team fights, something like that. Everything that Darius is supposed to do, getting those resets on the ults.
It's
What a
just
good
a mollywop.
Yeah, so-
it's beyond saving.
I mean,
if
they
you had
got
to
4
guess
dragons
who
now.
got first blood, everybody has to guess, right?
Gragas.
Gragas, you're saying.
I think that's
I'm
clean. I think that's a very good guess. I
Yeah.
think I'll go along.
I'm
with
thinking he
that.
took the kill on a getting top lane. Is my guess.
I'm gonna say Ashe got first blood. That's my guess.
That's fair.
right here.
That's fair guess.
I'm gonna say that. So
It's very-
the
I mean-
picture I'm seeing was a very dominant bot lane. A lot of
But-
action going on. And the reason I'm going to say
but-
that is because Ashe has 4 deaths,
No.
Jinx has 5 deaths, Braum has 7 deaths, so I'm assuming a lot of action.
Now
happened in
listen.
bot lane.
12.
Now
And
listen.
Gragas profited off it big time.
Half
That's
I
my
kills
guess.
are-
I gotta start a
kills are
narrative
bot
here.
lane.
Yeah.
I gotta start a narrative.
Yeah.
Now, we've seen the situation before. One team has all the gold, has all the dragons.
Right.
Working on Elder coming up. There's no way they can lose, and yet we've seen it.
We've seen it, yeah.
We know that right now, this game could be thrown at any moment. And you got to stick around to see if that's the case. Now, do I think that's going to happen? No. This gold lead is absolutely absurd. 12K at 25, the game's over.
It's been done before.
But it's been done before. And it will be done again.
Will it be done again? That's what I want to know.
I'm thinking it is.
That's what I
They got a
wanna
nice
know.
little camp situation, and it was spotted out by the scrying, and it is not going to amount to much. You know, Kha'Zix gets some needles out there, but oh my God, here comes Darius. He does not care. Dead.
Wow.
Gone.
That
Talia is deleted.
bad spot for Talia to be in here. I get you're trying to do the flank with your ultimate over here at this point and lock him in, but that is not what we need to do.
That is not
right
what we
now.
want.
Yeah, you're looking at a 4v5 at best right there with Sion having to get his way to ult in over here.
But
here he comes right now, looking for it, not able to pick anything
Not
up.
look-
Irelia
oh
and Soul
my
doing so
God.
much damage.
The bleed.
I
The
don't
bleed.
think- I think the shield is actually
No,
going to be enough to
it's-
keep her alive.
barely.
Right here. Oh, mistimes it with the Zhonya's. Gragas is able to make it without. The redemption comes down right here.
It's too
Everybody
much.
is just starting to fall.
It's
The
too
Ace
much.
ult drops down. He's going to go down. Sion's going to go
Everyone's
down.
dead. It's over. Triple kill.
Jinx. Everybody's dead. Literally
It's gone.
everybody's dead.
And that's the game.
And that is the
that's
game.
the first game of the best of three.
Yes.
Gone.
So
right
for
there.
those who just tuned in, you tuned in 22 minutes into the match. We actually covered the whole thing. And it was an incredible early game. So much went down on the bot lane. So
was
many
wild.
kills. Gragas picking up like 4 or 5 kills in the bot lane. Ashe picking up 3 kills. Jinx just not able to get it. There was a couple times where just a sliver of HP would have changed a couple fights, and it did not happen.
But I gotta say, Gentle Heart right there, man.
Yeah.
They made a statement. that
Also,
game.
Darius picking up 2 solo kills in the top lane,
You like to
which
see
was
that.
just massive. I mean, it's Sion.
That's a
it's
pretty
hard to
good
do it.
estimate. That's a pretty good estimate.
I'm gonna
we'll
guess
go with it.
I'm gonna guess it.
We'll go with it.
I'm telling you, I see the scores. I know what happened.
That was
I can read the deal. I can read the deal as it is. So that's what I'm gonna say. Just a good matchup overall for Gentle Heart Gaming. I think absolutely won the draft
Fantastic.
and was able to keep it up.
No.
So I mean, that's it. They're still undefeated at this point. They've still
But-
no one's ever taken
But
a game.
that's why this is the best of 3.
Right.
There's still League of Legends to be played, and this could be anyone's game.
could be.
We've seen bad drafts take over games before. We've seen that. We've seen teams that seem like they have a lead. One bad draft, they get a little cocky, pick some ego picks, and then all of a sudden, it's a best of 3. It's tied 1-1.
Yeah. And you're exactly right. Best of 3 is just so much difference where it's just one game, you move on to the next. You're in it for the long haul, right? So sometimes it was like, okay, here's where we messed up. we messed up a draft pick, right? We know they're champions, we know this stuff. It's hard because you have to take away Sunbear's Aatrox, which they did last time. How are you going to do that again? How are you going to take it away the Darius again?
Yep.
The guy went 9-1. What do you do? Where's the avenue on how you get back into this game? It didn't work with what you have. What's next? And I hope that that's what Spectre is saying to themselves right now.
Yeah. There's still a lot of League of Legends ahead of us right now. And, maybe you get off to a better start than what we saw last game. It's going to be tough to see. But it's just, we got a lot coming up.
Yeah, we do have a lot coming up, and we have a couple things we need to fix on our end right now, just to make sure everything is ready for you next time.
Yeah.
Couple producer issues. We're going to take just a very small break. Oh, I'm so sorry. We actually have an interview right here.
We do.
By I think Coachify.
Oh, you're right.
Yes. I think we have an interview.
Is that Cooks?
Hey guys.
Oh my God, it's Cooks.
Hey,
I know that guy.
welcome to the stream.
Thank you very much for having me. Yeah, it was not really an interesting game because I had only opportunity to take a look at it 5 minutes, so
Yeah, it's
I
all
wouldn't be
good.
able to talk about it.
Yeah, technical difficulties, it happens.
That's fine, it happens. I will just quickly say a little bit about myself. My name is Cooks. I'm a professional League of Legends coach for the last 5 years. I'm 25 years old, and yeah, I'm coaching on Pro Guides, Metafy. I am the member of Coachify as well, which is great.
Very nice.
Last season I was coaching an NA team, New Mexico State University, and we won state championship with them.
Okay.
And this year as well, I will stay there. So that's great.
That's an achievement
But I
for
am
sure,
coming
man.
from Europe.
Yeah.
me
Hey,
too.
good for
Very
you.
good.
You've proven yourself right there. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, maybe we can just take a glance at the draft. If you can maybe let me actually see, I have the draft here. So, couple things to say about it. I would say that when I saw the picks, I knew that blue side is going to win it, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, so couple things to be said there. I think that Milio shouldn't be allowed if you're looking to play Jinx, because if Ashe is open, Ashe and Milio are great to be paired because of the range, right? And Ashe hard wins if she max Q into Jinx. So if you're looking to pick Jinx, then you cannot either leave Ashe or leave Milio. If you ban Ashe, then it's Lucian Milio bot lane against you, which is fine, which is better. But leaving Ashe open and then picking Jinx and Braum, which is also a problem. So we're taking a look at the team comp where you have a Braum, which is great to defend Jinx. You have Sion that is there to be frontlining for Jinx and everything. But then where's the damage? Your main damage is coming from Jinx, and Jinx won't be able to play because Ashe and Milio will shut down her in the early game, right? On the other hand, Gragas and Ashe being picked on blue side 2 and 3 is really good because automatically you have great ganker that can play around Ashe and Milio all the time. So Jinx is not able to play even with that Braum. On the other hand, you pick Kha'Zix on red 4, and then if you take a look, you have Jinx, Braum, Sion, Kha'Zix, full AD team, right? And then you need high AP damage dealer, and then you take Talia, and Talia is not really the highest AP damage dealer. Another problem there is that Malphite was open. So even if left team didn't went for Darius, they could go Malphite, and then the game is just over. So there was a lot of missed opportunities for them to draft, I would say, so yeah.
No, definitely.
No, it's true. And sometimes, when you get into these draftings here right now, right, is we saw an Aatrox ban who was purely targeted on the other team because it's an Aatrox main. So how do you, on Coachify and everything like that, how do you look at it from a different perspective? Because this is a match where everybody's able to research each other. And so these bans, these targets of who's going to play what. Doesn't it make it a little harder where you say, I have to give up this pick, I have to do this and that, simply because these are the two champions that they main, and they just win all the games with them.
Yes. I just want to say one thing beforehand. I can hear myself, so it's really hard for me to talk. Just so you know.
We're sorry about that one. Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
So if I mess up, that's because of it. Anyway, yeah. To answer on that question, I mean, I was looking at the bans as well, and I've noticed what Jarvan was banned, Udyr was banned, Seraphine was banned, right? So
Yeah.
Udyr and Seraphine were banned because left side is playing Seraphine and Udyr, right? And on the other hand, Kate and Blitzcrank, for the same reason, probably were banned. Now, you need to like, how do they say? You need to adapt. So if you're looking, okay, we are playing red side and we leave Jinx open, right? Jinx is like
Right.
insanely strong. Nerf Jinx is still not here. So she's coming like what, in a week or something? So
Along
she's
those
still
lines,
pretty strong.
yeah.
Yeah, so she is still pretty strong. So, okay, you're saying if they go Jinx, what am I gonna play? Let's say I'm gonna play Milio and Dash on the red side, right? But what if they don't go Jinx? Will you go Jinx? And this is actually what they went for, the Spectre, and that was mistake. I think that Jinx pick was baited by Gentle Hearts, because they said, okay, if we don't take Jinx, they will take it, but then we will just counter them automatically. So if we take Milio, they are forced to pick Jinx, because Jinx is really strong, but then we will just counter that with Ash, right?
Yeah.
So you need to like be thinking, okay, let's leave maybe Aatrox open, for example, on top lanes, right? And then counter it, because if you leave it open, someone is comfortable, but like take a counter, it doesn't matter that that guy is comfortable on the champion if you can counter it, right? So you can play Fiora, you can play like Jax is insanely strong, Olaf is not that bad, right? There is a lot of picks that you can go for.
No, it's true, and we appreciate your breakdown of the draft, and you know, I think all of us here agree with you that you have an extremely good understanding of the game,
Very
the
good.
champions, everything like that. So we just have another question for you. I mean, Coachify.gg,
Yes.
how, you know, how'd you get in it? How has it made your life just easier and better to see all this stuff?
Yeah, so basically, Coachify is a great tool. It's designed to help, obviously, any gaming coach, right? So what I was doing before, I had a lot of students, and then I would have to go create Excel tables and put their like name of the student, Discord tag. We had a session, I don't know, today, put down the date, some notes for them, for me, etc. Right? And then if I meet with that student as again in 7 days and I forgot to write it in, you know, it's really hard to remember everything we talked about. So I was looking for that tool for like years, right? And I always thought there might be a project that someone might do it, and yeah, it happened actually. So I got into Coachify, I applied into beta version. Let me just check. It was what, 2 months ago or something like that. And
fairly new.
Yeah.
yes. I went there and tried to use it, and it's really great. Like you can actually there is so many details that you can use for your students. You can put their names, Discord tags, dates when you had sessions, everything you talked about. I am still looking for some improvements, of course. I think that it would be really good if you can maybe like even record games and put it up. Because right now, when I'm having boot camps with my solo queue students, I'm recording sessions and then uploading it to Google Drive and then sharing links. But if Coachify is going to have that, and I think they will in future, that's also going to be insane, right?
Right.
Absolutely, server costs are big.
Yeah.
I think that will be definitely a feature.
It's a nice touch, but sometimes, you know, when it's so early in the process like that, it's a trial and error, and we appreciate your feedback to just be able to get that out there and say, hey, listen, you know, I'm loving this, but it would just make life easier
Definitely.
if blank happened. Yeah.
Yes.
Understandable.
I mean, like the platform itself is great. Like it can only be better, right? Already there is so many features that are great. And I can see that people are working on it constantly and it's improving and everything. Of course, that a lot of things can be added together with some, like you can track your maybe payments, you know, how much you're earning, etc., which is also great. Maybe, you know, in future you can add like PayPal, you can add like even bank cards, who knows, right? But in general, it's really great tool.
Yeah.
It is an open beta. I remember
it
Josh
is.
was here.
That
He
is
showed
true.
us open beta. So those features are definitely on the way. And I definitely appreciate you coming in with us and having this interview with us.
Definitely.
We love talking to any coaches from Coachify, you know, getting more of an understanding of the platform. I appreciate your time tonight. Thank you so much for talking with us.
Thank you very much for inviting me in.
Yes, thank
Definitely.
you, folks.
All right.
Yeah, guys.
Great guy.
Yeah,
All the
fantastic
coach-
guy.
Listen,
Fantastic
every
guy.
coach we've talked to from Coach Fi has been a great person. We love hearing from them. They're
Yeah.
teachers at the end of the day.
Right.
You know, you can be a teacher for, science, math, English, whatever. It's League of Legends at this point. It can be anything.
Yeah.
That
if
is true.
someone is, if someone is destined to teach,
Yeah.
they will find ways to do it. And
That is
Coachify
true.
is a perfect platform to do that. You will still make money,
Yep.
unlike most teachers in the U.S., unfortunately.
Oof.
Let me
That's
get out
not
of the
what, That's not what Megan Trainor
right.
says.
Let me let me exit that. Let me exit that. Coachify,
Yeah.
no fees, no commission fees, anything like that, etc. So check it out. If you're
Yeah.
a coach, check it out. If you're a student, you want some help, check out coachify.gg.
It's
There
true.
we go.
We'd love to have you on Coachify.gg, and we'd love to be able to talk to you because it's so nice, right? We're seeing it in real time. We obviously see a little different and everything. You get to have the breakdown. We love to have a chance to talk to you after the game and say,
Yep.
hey, listen, this is why that team won. This is why that team got Rift-tailed. This is why that team got Dragon. It's hard to process all that stuff. There's so much action's going on, and we'd love to just hear another
Absolutely.
perspective
Especially
about
as,
everything.
as the caster specifically.
Speaking of things to check out, I think we got some highlights we got to check out from last
Oh,
week.
you guys are
there
in for
is
a
some
treat.
highlights. There is some highlights.
We got
right
some
here.
highlights coming up. Quick break, and then right into game 2. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, let's try that. I mean, let's go.
And we're
I mean,
back.
we're here.
Let's go. No, last game, guys, I understand. I wanted to see it too. We saw it 22 minutes. That's not going to happen this time.
No.
Don't worry.
No.
Don't worry about that.
This
Don't worry
time
about it.
we got 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
We upped the ante.
Yeah, 22 minutes seemed a little light.
Yeah.
So we said, how can we do that? And
Let's improve.
We went around the office, and they said 22 minutes, take it or double it and give it to the next person.
That's right.
And we're currently up to 380 hours before we
Oh.
get into games. So if you could stick with us, that would be amazing.
And the Milio
Let's
first
go.
rotation again. Side swap, still Milio.
Just shows you how strong that champion is in his current state. A
The
very
immediate
good
reply,
relief.
though, the Seraphine MF.
I mean, I think
Can't go
that's
wrong
a
with that.
gorgeous combo.
No, definitely.
Can't go wrong with that.
I mean, gorgeous in a couple ways.
That's what I'm saying. You got the boobada 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 bow.
Mamma
you know,
mia,
Mamma
dude.
mia.
Holy. The Viego lock-in.
I like that.
Wait, it's not a lock-in. I
Is
hope
it?
he does.
It is.
He
It
gotta,
is a
he gotta
lock-in.
lock that in. You know how it be.
It's still blue pick.
Bada,
Above
boom.
him. Take it.
Come on. Get
Take
that
it.
out of here. Get that out of here.
Yeah. Viego.
Yeah. No,
Viego is picked. He will be playing in the next game. I'm very excited to see it. Such a fun champion, man. You know. Oh, and the Zeri. Oh, wow. This team is already going. They're ready
Yeah.
to play the game. I mean, you got Zeri, Viego, and Milio. You're ready to play.
Very
you wanna
good
go,
picks.
you wanna
Very
go
good
hard.
picks over here. Fantastic
Milio,
job.
Zeri. I mean, that's got to be a crazy.
Yeah.
Gotta be some
With the
wild
range
stuff going.
increase,
Yeah. gotta be-
healing, I mean,
Maybe.
That's a good point. Yeah, the range increase. It's gotta be some wild stuff.
I'd
happening.
leave it at maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
That's where I put that right there. MF Seraphine, big. That you
Oh,
see
huge.
a lot of times because you just have so much range to be able to do stuff. Right here, that's a Wukong pick. Most likely going to be in the jungle. You do see a top lane sometimes, but very very heavy jungle these days.
Yeah, no, definitely, probably gonna see that. And you got the old synergy right here, big damage. You know, you got the lockup with the Seraphine and the Wukong, and MF will be raining all over on top
Yes.
of that.
oh my God, that'll be
It's gonna be
clean.
nice.
I'm ready for that.
Very juicy. Another Aatrox ban going down over here.
They don't want to
So,
see that Aatrox.
Like Cook said, and he was saying, you leave it open for a little bit, and hopefully they pick it in there because you can always counter the Aatrox.
That is true.
Right here, regardless of,
Oh
how
my
much
goodness.
experience you have. Everybody does have counters. Every champion does have counters, and
That
it's
is
a little
true.
hard sometimes.
It may have been planned by him. Maybe he
Yeah.
hates Aatrox. He hates facing him.
But
That
he
is
just
true.
forced himself to pick it for like 300,000 games
Oh,
to just show a mastery with him.
hey, fair enough. You know, I mean,
It could be. It could be true. It could be true. So we do have currently right now in here predict who is going to win the game with your channel points right now. It is
You wanna
starting to
spend
going all over the side of Gentle Hard Gaming right now.
Yeah.
They are the favorite team. They did win last
Spectre,
match.
rise up! Come on, where
Yeah,
all my
they did
Spectre
win.
fans
They
at?
did win last match. So let's see if they can keep this ball rolling.
Yeah, it's gonna be real interesting to see. We got both top and mid open for both sides. Gonna see how they resolve that. Still 10 seconds left. What do they pick here? You know, everything's
It's
open.
hard.
Probably
It's hard.
might see a mid lane pick here. You know, people will always love to say the top lane pick for last, but there's a lot of egotistical mid laners out there that want to get that counter pick.
At the
And there
very
it is,
end,
the
the
Renekton.
Renekton over here, very safe pick. You see him picked a lot in LCS, LCK, all this stuff. He's a champion that has a guaranteed targeted stun. So a lot of times you see a dash flash just
Yep.
to stun that target right here, and the whole team blows him up. Also very good at wave clearing, very high damage over here. Overall, just a very solid champion, but does fall off so bad in the late game.
Definitely,
especially
definitely.
against someone like Ornn. I
Yes.
mean, maybe early game is going to have an advantage. Ornn's still going to build that full
Yep.
tank mode like usual.
But if you get that
But-
snowball going and get a good mid game, he can carry some fights.
Certainly.
And you know, definitely with the rest of that team, you know, that mid game power is absolutely massive.
Yeah, and this is Lysandra Hubbard
Interesting.
right now.
Yeah, might
Which could be good with
Yeah.
the Viego and Lysandra actually pair themselves
very nicely,
very well
nicely.
together.
And it's
Very
a
well.
pretty safe blind pick too. You know, it's going to do well in a lot of different matchups. And, yeah, you know, how does Hart respond?
What
you know,
will be left? What's left here?
For a mid
yeah,
laner,
you know, Syndra's still an option. We see a lot-
Syndra we see a lot. Viger could be pretty
Ahri.
good. Ari, Swain.
Oh my God.
Swain's another solid one. Akali, even
Got a
against that
whole
team, can be
myriad of
okay.
picks. Yeah.
And there's
And
the
Swain.
Swain.
It is like
Yeah,
you
There's the
said
Swain
it.
right
You said
there.
it.
Yeah. So that's it. So I think I got to give it to Gentle Gaming once again.
Yeah.
Swain is a champion that it can be very, very, very much a problem.
Oh, yeah.
For a lot of teams, depending on how you build him. Some people just build him full damage, others go with the Jack solo build, anything along those lines. But that man is someone who can engage in the front line. He can zone you, so you can buy yourself 2.5 seconds more. He can heal up everything and do a ton of damage. And we're getting right into the rift.
I gotta say, if we're going like late game, Spectre probably has a little bit of the edge. But if we're talking like early game, mid game, snowball, and just absolutely steamroll you, you cannot beat what Gentle Heart Gaming got going.
No, you can't. You can't. I'm gonna give the edge to Gentle Heart right here.
Yep.
I'm gonna say that if they can work with the team that they have, it's going to be a problem for Spectre.
Oh, definitely.
I do like the Liss Viego pick from them. It is one of those wild card champions.
Yes, for
where
sure.
It just because of your passives can do so much for you on the board. But of course, you have to get those kills first for it to work.
Yep, exactly. And both teams gonna be starting off. Nothing crazy going on. Just the standard like 5-5 up the river.
And this is unfamiliar territory for us right now.
Yeah.
We're not used to casting a game before 22 minutes.
Yeah, we're not sure
Yeah.
what to do. We're gonna need some help from the chat and tell us what we need to be casting.
Yeah,
on.
this is not
this is
normal.
brutal. This is brutal.
So,
Nothing's happening.
If there's any way we could fast forward to just like the 20-minute mark.
Or if there's any way we can like get out of this massive picture, that'd also be nice.
I don't know. I kind of like this.
Yeah, maybe
picture.
start zooming in a little bit. Both sides gonna be starting bot side, gonna be going for those top
Yeah,
lane early
Renekton
games.
actually putting the late ward down on the blue buff
Yeah,
ward here to get vision
interesting.
of where Viego goes. Does he automatically rotate
Well, I
straight
think
over to there?
That's a possibility, and I think they kind of understand what Viego's path is, probably going for that early blue buff and just getting an idea of where Viego is, because this Renekton wants to play up in the lane. So catching that
Yeah.
Viego as soon as possible.
Absolutely
ward.
read. Absolutely
Yes.
read by the Renekton. He read this Viego entirely. The whole team must have. I mean, they must have told him to put
Yeah,
it down or something like that. But
going for the level 3,
Right
the
for
red
us.
blue into Gromp, probably going into a gank top lane. The Renekton kind of thought that might be a possibility. Places the ward down just so he can keep control of his lane. Smart play.
Yeah, very smart play. And I'm actually getting told from management over here that Seraphine is going to pop off big time.
oh,
Really?
Big time. I quote, she'll kill them all. That is what
Ooh.
I'm getting right here.
And so far that is not the case. She has died.
That is not.
That
yeah,
is-
so
Yeah, so either
Yeah.
I'm getting fed bad information, or you need to step up your game right now and not
Yeah.
embarrass me on live TV.
That's the first blood. It happens. It's still the early game. Kind of interesting. You see that lane lose that early, and this MF's getting absolutely mollywopped right now.
Yeah, that's a
huge
that's a
amount
rough
of damage coming in. She throws down her Make It Rain, but it's just not going to be enough return damage. She has a base here, and maybe she stays around. It's a pretty rough situation for Hart in the early game.
And Swain's about to drop down. He gets the level up. He's still
There
alive.
it
He
is.
forces a flash over there from the Viego right now. And bam, this is a 2-0 start for
Yes.
Spectre Gaming.
Yeah, Spectre right now, gets the advantage in the bot lane. The gank in the mid lane is already effective. The Swain holding on to his flash. Must have taken a lot of damage. Knew he had no way out. And yeah, right, it's 2 early kills. About a 1K gold lead already at 4 minutes into the game is nothing to shake your head at.
No,
But
absolutely not.
I'm not
Renekton,
shaking mine.
yeah, Renekton in a little bit of control here, but that damage by Orin, man, you just don't expect it each time it happens.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I would hope that the Renekton...
Oh!
my God.
Oh my god.
He
Well,
just...
yeah.
Yeah.
He
That
did.
was a...
Enforcing his will right now. That's just a solo kill.
Yeah, that was pretty good. The TP back over into the lane and just able to just demolish him. Renekton, one of those champions where Ornn and stuff like that, sometimes you just can't do anything to him. But there's 2 items that completely change the
Yep.
dynamic over here. And it's Blade of the Rune King and Black Cleaver. And
Yeah.
that Ornn will then instantly get one shot. It's insane how much damage Renekton
I mean,
can do.
honestly, if this Renekton can just keep the wave on his side of the map and just punish this Ornn every time he walks up. But, try to push this in, maybe crash it one more time and try to get the way back to him. I'm not sure if that's what he wants to be doing, but coming into bot lane here, Hart is looking for this gank. Zeri lands the skill shot, the Mega Rain lands, the slow is not going to be enough.
Out of range.
Yeah, just a little bit out of range. Going to get it out, and Wukong trying to get their bot lane back into it, just barely missing out there. Gonna stick around though for the cheeky second gank possibly, but no, going to end up walking back out, and nothing gonna happen down here. Mid lane, a little bit of a brawl going on. A little bit of a brawl going on mid lane. But not going to turn into much of anything. Swain going to farm this up. The Wukong early game.
My favorite dragon type.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
5 minutes. Go for it, man.
Going to be getting it, yeah.
No one knows you're here.
Yeah,
no one cares that you're here.
Secret.
You have smite. You're just going to do it.
It's a
and then
little
you're going to heal from the smite anyway. And you have the clone. You're fine, man.
It's all good, but
does Lissandra have a sixth sense?
Yeah, maybe.
Lissandra doesn't care. She fell off.
Does Lissandra have a sixth sense? She does. Is he going to finish off the dragon? Swain is coming over here to help right now. I think the dragon is going to get finished off regardless right now. He just has to get that.
No, he's dead.
Oh my goodness.
You smite the heal, man.
No, and he's gonna die
Swain is going to drop too as well. 31 HP, and Lissandra is over here to take. Oh, I'm sorry. Viego ended up taking the dragon. That is
disaster.
So rough to watch.
Absolute disaster.
That is so rough to watch right there.
The dragon just destroys Wukong's health bar, and the kill gonna end up going over. Or was that an execute we saw?
That was an execute to the
straight
Wukong.
Execute, and that is a donation of an early dragon. Just disaster in the early game for Hart, turning this into possibly a series.
That's what happens when you second guess yourself, right? He took like 3 shots where he didn't do anything, and then all he needed to do is just stay on it and just hopefully get it. But that's a rough one. That's one of those things where, it affected you in the game, but it also affects you mentally pretty bad.
And, really, the Swain really should have been focused on trying to burst that dragon down. The smite, they know the smite's not there.
But MF actually just picking up a solo kill on the Zeri right there.
Yeah, we like to see that. MF trying to get a little bit back in her pocket. She's down to CS, but getting that kill is going to be absolutely huge for her. And evening out this matchup. Both sides with the Berserker degrees. MF has a little bit of gold in her pocket to spend here. Could be interesting to see how she chooses to itemize. The Wukong, though, trying to recover from that mishap at the Dragon. Top lane, Renekton is controlling the show. The health bar is telling the story. The wave is pushing up into Ornn, though, so he's probably going to catch that no problem. And, we've hit a bit of a lull right now. Not too much to talk about.
No, not a lot going on, but sometimes this is where it becomes most important in the game of League of Legends right here, because you have a lot of time to think. You have a lot of time to say, hey, what are we going to do? When do we hit that level 6, right? That's the big thing for the bot lane. Because then MF Seraphine ult is disastrous, but then you have Milo over here who can cleanse it, and you can kind of walk out of it. So I actually think it's a great pickup from right now. We've been seeing a lot of action in the top lane for a 1v1 scenario. The junglers have been moving around trying to do their thing, and there isn't a ton of kills to say, hey, it's starting to go one way. You still got a lot of the stuff going on the map. You still got a lot of team playing together. And we're going to find out pretty soon, I think, within the next 5 minutes, the next Dragon objective, what is truly about to happen between these teams.
And, you look at the difference here. Viego has 1 kill, 54 CS. Wukong, 44 CS, and 1 death. He just got that crab, though. Listen,
the Wukong did die to just Dragon. He got executed.
Right. So of course, we remember that clip. That part of the game.
Yes.
It still puts him behind a little bit. That's time.
Of course.
Respawn timer. It's early in the game. It's a short respawn timer, but it's very unfortunate. I mean, thinking about that again, it's just.
It's one of those things you hate to see it. You don't see a lot of executions go down, but it does happen. And it's very, very, very unfortunate. And you will be remembered forever for that play.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Over at SLS, we make sure that everything you do that is impressive.
Lissandra is able to get a little sneak away over here. Ornn dropping down in here. Wukong immediately going to go down. Renekton is trying to do what he can to get away from it here. He flashes out. He dashes out, and he's going to survive. That looks like it could be a Rift Herald over here for the side of Spectre Gaming. And wow, what a big play. Lissandra able to make it up there unknown to Gentle Heart Gaming. That is crazy.
It really is.
Despite that crab as well.
Yeah, you walked up around the side, so no idea what she was there. No pings where everything were going down. Wukong came in for the gank and didn't know what was happening.
Yeah, but Spectre Gaming really showing that they want to take the distance, go the full best of 3, and putting up a really good fight, up almost 2K at this point. Trying to bring this back to the best of 3. They want to see all 3 games played tonight, and so do we.
Yes, absolutely. The
Ooh,
MFO
damage.
drops.
Ooh.
Melios using his cleanse to get right out of that CC that would have locked that in and probably would have been a kill.
It would have been, but Melio, season 13 champs, man. What are you gonna do?
200 years. That's 200 years collectively it took them to get that. A lot of damage going out to that Ornn right here. There's 3 people over here. Renekton is trying to find a way back into the fight. He's starting to walk over from the top lane. There could be a big fight going here. Swain taking a ton of damage. He flashes out. He makes it out. A kill goes over to the Viego. That's going to be a reset, but he gets shut down before anything can happen. Everybody is such low health right now. They're playing back and forth. Oh my goodness. What is going to happen? Ornn tries to go in there. Lissandra is able to get a kill. And then the passive over here is going to wipe it. Lissandra walks away for a double kill. Ornn just getting away for his life, and MF picks another kill up in the bot lane.
Oh my God! Right now, it couldn't be going any better for Spectre. MF does get the kill in response, but a 3-for-1 is what it turned into in the top lane.
Gorgeous.
Absolutely massive. Extremely well played by Lissandra. You thought the Ren could be able to turn that around.
No. The problem there was Renekton tried to go around the river. I think he was going to dash over and try to go through the bot lane over here, but then they must have said something that said, hey, listen, they could just walk up through top. You need to go back around. They lost so much damage. Swain had already taken about 2 tower shots before Renekton could even get into there. Tries to do what he can to stay alive, but it's just not enough from all members over here, and you drop a couple kills, which is unfortunate, and Ornn lived with a sliver of health, and to me, that's the worst part.
Yeah, Viego getting 3 kills early. Same with Lissandra. A lot of gold being put into the places they want. Ornn already involved in 3 kills. It is just an absolute beauty. Absolute beauty of a situation right now if you're Spectre. Going to get this second dragon after the first one was donated over. Honestly, what more could you ask for if you're Spectre Gaming right now?
No, very, very, very good
speaking
start
of which, we got
here.
to fight.
Oh, shit.
Wukong going in. It might be too much, though. He gets bursted down. The reset comes in, and this is looking like a disaster. The MFO comes in. Huge damage, but Zeri is untouched. Getting damage off. Huge damage. 2 kills going over. The Seraphine running away. Will she be able to get away? Milo chase it after. The CC, who knows what that champion does? It doesn't matter. Gonna almost die. Here comes the Viego to take it. It isn't going to be enough.
Yes.
It will. But and doesn't even donate a kill in response. The healing for Milio is too much, but here comes Renekton. Renekton's here, and he's been completely juked out.
Oh, no. Oh,
disaster.
No.
He chooses the wrong path. Maybe not quite on the same page as his teammates, but
I
Spectre
think he thought
is
they
huge.
must have just been recalling in the corner over there.
Yeah,
And he was going
maybe.
to dash over the wall. You are out of vision over there, so it's completely blindsided. It looks silly seeing all of this stuff right there, but to Renekton, he's assuming he's just sitting there recalling. So he was going to dash over the wall, and he got a little sneak peek of them walking on the way back down. But it's a disaster for Gentle Heart Gaming right now. As everything is going, we talked about a little bit how the Viego-Lissandra combo is so deadly with these resets, right? Lissandra is able to put a passive down of that champion that slows them and deals so much damage after a few seconds. It explodes. And Viego with his resets, who is able to grab the champion. And that's what we're seeing right now. Viego is 5-1. That is an absolute problem for your whole team right now. We said Gentle Heart. It looked a little bit like they had the team, right? We said early game, mid game. They got it because we also said Spectre Gaming. That is where it goes bad for them if it makes it to late game. And what happened?
It's not good.
What happened? Spectre Gaming took them early game.
Yep.
And they're on pace to hold it for late game right now. So a lot
big
going
damage.
on. big trade going over here in the bot lane.
Here comes
Lissandra's
Lissandra.
making her way over down here. This could be very
Oh,
bad.
shit.
MF looks like she's going to be able to get
Dead.
out of here. Seraphine is going to sacrifice her life to make sure her AD
Oh.
carry gets out. And that is a good support right here. Says, listen, I'm not
Beautiful.
going to make it. Gives a touching subject, clear the waves so they can't push the tower anymore. I don't know how big of that is right there because there is no
Yeah,
platings,
it
right?
is-
Platings just drop.
There's no plate, but she gets a recall off. That's probably what she's looking for. But if we go back bot, they're still trying to
Lissandra
pressure.
is still
Lissandra
making
going
power
in.
plays
Maybe
over on the
maybe we'll go
MF.
bot lane.
Is
Maybe. And
still making some
there it
power
is.
plays.
There it is. And she
MF
killed
able to
herself.
shut down List
But here comes
right
Zeri.
here.
Here comes Zeri. Looking in. She doesn't have it though. MF going to get the free money, but here comes Milio on the flank. Is it
but
going
the,
to be
the ward?
enough?
The ward has been seen over here, so
She
she's
inexplicably-
banking. She's banking on
runs
Seraphine
back
able
the
to get
tower.
down here in time.
Oh,
That's what it seems like.
oh,
to
it
me.
might be
And
enough.
Seraphine is able to get down here. A lot of stuff being traded, going back and forth. MF doing a ton of damage.
Oh.
Drops down to Zeri. It is not enough. Seraphine not able to save them or output enough damage for things to might go down. And Renekton doing a ton of damage over here in the top
Yeah.
lane. Might take this top turret. It is very close. I think it is going to go down based
Yeah,
off
no,
this wave
most
right here.
definitely going to go
He is going to
down.
get a couple gold. That's actually going to be an objective bounty at this point
Yeah,
for
that's
Gentle Heart
crazy.
Gaming.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. Getting that objective goal is going to be a huge part of getting them back into the game. And really well played by the MF, getting the solo kill on the Lissandra. Being a little bit behind, but having her own advantages herself, is able to get that kill, but ends up dying to the tower dive eventually. And I don't know, this game, 4K gold lead, it seems like a lot, but there's still a lot of League of Legends to be played right now.
A lot of League of Legends to be played right now. Last week has taught us so much. So much.
Yeah, and these lessons, man, they're a beautiful thing. We learn so much from these games,
Yes, we do. And Ornn going to answer with his tower dropping by taking another tower.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
And
what
that's
you wanna
it.
do.
And the irony would be if the objective bounties instantly just got put back on to him. That would be great. So that's a good takeover here. The Dragon is going to be responding soon, so I'd love to see the pressure of both teams taking. Renekton already making his way down over here to the bot lane,
Already
Swain
a
going to
three-
rotate over here to the top lane.
3-stack pressure
Yeah.
for Spectre already at 16 minutes. That's nothing to scoff at. After that early game Dragon
water.
donation, it's just absolutely crazy.
You can't.
The damage coming in huge,
No,
and
it's
going to
not
have
that-
to
it's
be
not
the
that much.
flash
It's only
burned
like
by the
that much
Milio.
alcohol.
Not good timing with the dragon fight coming up. Wukong getting that summoner out early, and possibly, but at the same time, bot lane has the advantage. The auto attacks from the Zeri are just absolutely insane. Wukong is here looking for the fight, but it looks like at the end of the day that Spectre might have the advantage. Wukong going in, getting huge amount of damage off. The ultimate as well. The ult pop by the Milio isn't going to be enough. Another proc of the ult going in. The damage is huge. Milio will go down, but will Wukong go down as well? He will. That's going to be support for jungler, not the trade that they want to be looking for if they're trying to get this dragon.
Actually, I don't think it's too bad of a trade. You force a little bit over here. You say, listen, I got the damage.
Oh, the Seraphine ult is huge! And the MF ult on top! And the Ornn ult on top of that! An absolute destruction, but on the back line, we got some huge damage coming in. And Lissandra still ends up going down. And there it is right there. And all of a sudden, Hart is back into this one. My God.
I mean, gorgeous team fight by them.
Yeah.
Honestly.
The Seraphine ult plus the MF ult, it's hard to beat it.
Yeah, you got the
Then you
boom
have
bop.
Wukong knocking
Sis
them
boom
up.
pow.
You're just going to keep them running that MF ult, that crazy damage ratio there.
And-
gorgeous by
And just
by
like
Gentle
that,
Heart.
gold lead all but eliminated down to about 1K now. The Dragons somewhat normalized 2-1. And if you're Heart right now, Gentle Heart, you have every opportunity to take control of this game back.
Yeah, and I really like it, right? Wukong said, hey, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm going to separate two people. I'm going to get a kill over here, and he does. And then the problem with Spectre is they said, listen, we're ahead. We can do whatever. We know in this brush right here, but they 5-stack the brush. The Seraphine ult comes out. The MF ult comes out. There's so much damage. Swain drops his ultimate, and he's sitting there soaking up all this damage. Next thing you know, 3 people on your team is dead, and you're left with 1 person. You say, whoa, what just happened? What just happened? happened? My whole team's gone. And all of a sudden, like Pat said, you're right. You're back in the game. The dragons are almost normalized. You pick up your first one. You're feeling pretty good about yourself right now. You know Wukong has that pressure that he can just solo the AD carry or the support as he has to. He can lead with that. He can die. It's okay.
Oh, for sure.
It's okay. He knows his role right now. As long as Seraphine and MF can get that ult off, that is simply all that needs to be done to win this game.
No, 100%. We saw how much damage that combo did. The whole thing right now. Seraphine, MF on top. There's just a lot of damage to be had. And, the Renekton right now in a pretty decent spot has the Gore Drinker working on that, either Death Stance or Black Cleaver. We'll see how he chooses to progress with that. But,
I'll smell it later.
right now, it's anyone's game. Either side could be taking this right now.
Anyone's game?
Anyone's.
What would the
Yours.
fans say?
I don't know. So far, we see a lot of Gentle Hearts Gaming support in the chat.
We know what Vay Marie says.
That's
I mean,
right.
we've seen her the whole game. We know what she's going to be saying about the Gentle Hearts Gaming. Take my energy, Brit-tastic XO. Show no mercy. They're going in the chat. They're going hard up in there.
They got, Gentle Heart really has the support group, and that's what you like to see if you're a team. Your fans getting you back in the game.
Okay, relax on the breathing. Oh my god. Resident cheerleader. Hey, that's all right. Every team's got one, right? Every team's got a cheerleader. I think if anything, that's good for their morale. You're making sure that they're having a good time.
You got to do what you got to do. I mean, sometimes when we're playing Clash matches, right, and I'm sure a lot of people out there can relate, is we'll sing to each other and we'll start ad-libbing. Like me and Josh have a chorus that we just both sing to a song. It's Vanilla Baby for us. We just start rapping it, and it's a way to just reset the body, reset the mind. It puts you in a place of position of, okay, everything is neutral. Everything. So it's just incredible. And that's what we do. We just rap Ice Ice Baby. The first verse, sometimes the second verse, depending on if we need it or not.
I mean, you can't beat him. It's he's the one and only.
Yeah.
The only guy who beats that guy is Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah,
I'm
seriously.
gonna say that.
Seriously.
He is the man.
Yeah. And not good.
Vay Marie
Plus
is
good.
drunk right now, currently confirmed in the chat. Ready
Swain
to go.
is absorbing a lot of damage, waiting for his team to come up here. He is still alive
What
at
is
this
that
point.
healing?
With 4 people, and his whole team is
Dude,
up here.
die!
MF is a beautiful ult. He's
What?
actually going to go down. Viego, that is a problem for them. I am going to reiterate, Swain is still alive right now. Ornn is about to drop 2 as well. The Rue comes down over this wing. Swain grabs him. A double kill goes on for the MF. This is going to be another power play for Gentle Heart Gaming.
Beautiful.
I don't think people were paying attention to that. Swain just absorbed all 4 members of the team. All 4 members of the team for about 20 seconds. About 20 seconds.
He is at full HP.
That is incredible.
Bro,
that is exactly what I was saying in the thing, is that Swain has the ability to survive this comp because there's not enough damage to kill him, except for Viego. That's it. As long as he can just zoom around and do what he can do, that man cannot die.
Dog.
He cannot die.
In that fight, he had one singular item. He had the gunblade. That's it. He has the Zonias now, but that was one
Rod
item.
of Ages. That was it.
And he
Rod
was.
of Ages.
Oh, you're right. It's not gunblade. Why would gunblade have stacks? My bad. It's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
Oh
They
my
deleted it.
god.
They deleted it.
Lufia! But anyway, so the Rod of Ages, I mean, that's all he needs apparently.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
That's it. That's all you got to do. So just remember that if you see it out there, build Rod of
that was
Ages
big.
and you automatically win the game.
I can't believe
And this
that.
is almost so the gold has flipped. Gentle Heart Gaming's was collecting objective bounties at one point. They now have about a small lead, about a 1K lead right here, a little over. The drag is coming up over here. Seraphine is going to get caught out
gone,
and
right?
drop
Boom.
down. Lissandra flashing to pick her away. MF has a beautiful position right here. She can do whatever she wants. Ornn is getting over to her. Wukong about to drop down but does not. Swain flashing out to do as much as he can. Renekton is taking 3 people right here, absorbing it. MF fires the ult, not enough to do anything. Picks Ornn up on the side. Renekton doing as much damage as possible. Gets Lissandra off Lissandra. She drops. She's going down. Viego goes in. He's a little caught right now. Is it going to be enough to get a reset off? No, it is not. Renekton is able to pick him off. This is so much going over here. Zeri is going to drop. Another kill goes over to MF. Zeri doing what she can, and it is not enough. MF picks up the triple kill.
A complete ace by Gentleheart Gaming.
Wow.
Spectre is off the map right to Baron.
A fight looked really good for Spectre. You take Seraphine off the map really good. The MF was completely boxed out of that fight for most of it, but they find the avenues. They find the tight windows to fight. And that's what's getting them back into this game. Gonna take both objectives here.
Possibly worst case scenario is you can fight in a confined space against that team right here. You have nothing. You have nothing but AoE ults on the team with Gentleheart Gaming.
Didn't even hit,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The MF was able to just sit back. Ornn was the only one trying to go over to and get to her. He got a knock-up off on the MF, but MF was able to do so much damage. No one else was able to get over to her. Tried to pick him off to the side, but just gone. Done. And Swain and Renekton. Renekton was such a huge body for that team, building nothing but essentially damage items, and was able to soak up all 4 people. Swain also able to soak up all 4 people, and they started to push back. Not the place you want a team fight. You want a team fight in an open grid, someone who can get to MF, someone who can get to the back line. You would think because Seraphine goes down, you have it. It's not enough. It's not enough right now, and that's a problem.
Yeah, but I mean, this MF stats huge at this point. 3 items already, working on her 4th. 25 minutes into the game, you know, she is sitting pretty. And if you're Heart right now, 5K up, that is a huge deficit for Spectre. You know, 25 minutes into the game, and you know, there's just a free kill right there. Milio donates his life over, and I don't know, it's tough.
Lips, what did I hear earlier, man, in the interview, man? You know, look, MF is for your, you know, for your own.
What?
MF is tough right now. She's strong.
Yeah, she's very strong.
I'm just saying, Lips was ready to go earlier.
I know he was ready to go, but so was Heart. Heart doing just insane stuff this game.
Yeah, but you got to start it. You got to worry about fights like this, right? Where we see so many times these teams come back, they get overconfident, they start pushing into turret dives, and it's like you never factor in the turret. It does so much damage to an individual, and you can start to lose these team fights. So Gentleheart, they have come back. They need to start playing it as if they are still behind, as if they still have a little bit right here. So we're gonna find out what happens very soon.
I don't know. I mean, 7K. I can't say anything from behind. The damage. Oh my god.
I mean, a couple
of pumps of the MF will takes him down to under half HP.
Ridiculous.
The pressure here, they're going to turn that into a top lane turret. Wave about to crash, and just textbook play right here. Sieging, getting the damage down, forcing them off, and just taking structures, getting themselves into control. The camera going a little wide, but we like to see that. And just going to get out there. A really successful Baron, taking down 2 inhibitors. Going to just back off and spend their gold.
Yeah, but now you need to look at this, right? You don't have Elder Dragon to play for. It's just another regular dragon. Although the Cloud Dragon is very good for you, you don't have that end game capability unless you win a team fight. So for Spectre, this could actually be good somewhat losing your inhibitors, because now you have a way to just gain XP. Now you have a way to get the levels back up and the gold back up. Unless Gentleheart can end through this and they take a team fight and just knock them out or push through bot and take a 3 inhibitor, it's over for you.
That 2 inhibitors is very hard to leave the base. You know, it's going to be very difficult for them to contest objectives when they have 2 waves pushing into their base.
It is, but the end game is not there unless they win this fight. Normally, you see it, right? You push at this point, and then you grab the Elder Dragon by 30 minutes in the game.
Sure.
But the Dragons are split 2-2. So you just simply have to win a team fight. That's all. And with Viego farming the jungle, that very well could happen at this point. Yeah.
It really could. But yeah, you know, both teams right now, 2 dragons, you know, the Soul or the Elder still a far ways away from being a reality. So neither team really has to worry about that. It looks like they're going to be sieging the bot lane, taking out that last inner turret really easily and pushing into the inhibitor and just trying to see if they can use the top end mid wave to get enough pressure to get this bot tower down. And be able to do it.
This is what you need to do right here. If you're Spectre, you need to hold this bot turret and you need to force a fight. It's hard, right? Because you're going to have Renekton pushing one of those things. Hopefully, you can group 5 people or 4 people and you can win with the turret as your 5th man to make something go down. Hopefully. That's what it is.
Oh, big damage coming in. The MFO absolutely destroys the Lissandra, just melting her health bar. Wukong, the Flash Ultimate, Seraphine on top, the damage is huge. Here comes Renekton onto the backline, and that is going to be all she wrote. Everyone going down. Ornn about to follow. Zeri trying to get as much damage done as she can.
Oh my god, MF dies.
Donate to kill, but that just doesn't matter at this point. The Swings is going to gatekeep, and the game is going to end.
Wait, I'm getting told we had the teams flipped. This is going into game 3.
Going to game.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought we had that right.
That is a joke.
The Queen 2-0 sweep by Gentle Heart.
Yes,
And
Gentle
that's
Heart.
what we like to see.
A very, very good job. We saw Spectre over there pull through in that game too.
I know.
So
They
much.
had the early
They had
game.
it. They had the early game, but the Swain was such a problem for them, where even 4 people could not take him down.
The Wukong
Couldn't.
came back in. He had some good engages.
Yes.
The Seraphine, the MF, the damage from the MF was out of this world.
Right.
You know?
It's a problem. I mean, there's a lot of builds out here, right? Where you build a lot of builds where you build a lethality, but just so much damage. I mean, look at that mid lane, bot lane damage over here. Just a little bit more, but you look on the flip side, the damage is actually pretty close all around the map right here. And I think a lot of that is from the Spectre Gaming in the early game was just so dominant.
Yeah.
Gentle Hearts didn't have a lot of room to do anything. It started to look like the undefeated team was going to go down, and they flipped the script hard.
Definitely.
But not without a blooper in there of Wukong getting soloed by the dragon.
We love
You know,
it.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
You always got
It
that
always-
one thing that happens.
it happens.
You know? But
Yes.
it doesn't matter because in the end, I mean, listen, Gentle Heart, they went off.
They did.
They did.
They did some work.
They did go off, and I think we're gonna get a full analysis of this right here by Cooks again, who is going to
Cooks!
join us.
We got a full game to analyze this time.
Interesting game. I hope
He's
you can hear
back.
me.
Oh, we can hear you.
Right, great. This was an interesting game, I guess. I would say that the red team kind of got relaxed. At least that was my opinion, because they went behind. That Wukong Dragon was really questionable, right? Call and everything, but at the end of the day, they managed to come back and just win. I would say that this time draft from the blue set was a little bit better than the last time. They had win condition. Win condition was that Viego gets fed, and he got fed.
Yes.
But unfortunately, the team fights were just in the favor of Gentle Heart. They just played it better, and that's pretty much it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's almost like unlucky is the tag on that one, because you did it all right in the beginning of the game, and you just fell apart at the mid game, which is unfortunate.
Yes, I think that if they just put a little bit more focus into there, they would be able to win. I'm not sure, what were the cons in the game there, but they need to understand that Seraphine and Misfortune, you cannot just walk into them. They also have Renekton. They also have Swain. Like, Swain was huge in that fight on the bot lane, right?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
So it's like, how do you play that out? You can't really just run into them because Seraphine is going to use R, Epic is going to use R. So the way you play it usually with Lissandra is you're looking for a flank. You need to get on top of MF and one-shot her instantly. Otherwise, you will always lose a team fight.
Right. Right, and just not able to do it. Even like that huge fight where we saw the main turnaround, right, over in by the blue buff. They picked off Seraphine early, and you I'm sure you're saying, if you're Spectre Gaming, listen, it's a 5v4. Let's do this. And it just did not work out for them whatsoever. And that was the major turnaround point where it was a lost cause for Spectre. They were trying to do everything they could to get back into that game.
I agree. Also, like, they had 2 dragons, and on the 3rd dragon, they lost the fight, right? That was the fight we're talking about. So that fight was, the turnaround. If they did manage to get 3rd dragon, that would be huge, because every single point after that, every single dragon, red team would be forced to fight you. And when you're ahead, and you can just use that in your favor. If they don't come, you get Soul Dragon. If they do come, you just win. But unfortunately for them, they lost that fight, which was badly executed, and then from that point on, they just kept losing, and it's snowballed into a lose.
No, now it's true. Now, let me ask you this, coming from a coach from your perspective, is it ever okay to just let up Soul Dragon to the point where you think, we have the team fight, we have the kills, let's just contest Elder? Is that okay, or you always want to fight the Soul?
Of course. Like, if for example, if you're really behind, And let's say you were ahead, like in this game, the left side was ahead, they managed to get 2 dragons, great, but then they lose a team fight and they lose the dragon. Okay, so from that point on, you realize the enemy team scaled, you can't really play fights, very hard to lose 5v5. So you ask yourself, can we split push, right? Obviously that was not the case because Renekton can just hold it. And now the third and the last option is, okay, let's wave clear, we have Lissandra, we can just chill on the bot lane, try to survive until Elder, flip it. If we get Elder, we win.
No, it's true. And maybe it has to do with something of Spectre not scouting everything, but they didn't need to, you know what I mean? They're second place right there. They're so close to it all. I mean, the second game where they showed the talent, just lost it at some point.
Yeah, they did play it really good in this game, way better than in the last one, I suppose, because we didn't manage to see the whole game. But
we don't know. We don't know.
You can only assume.
I'm still going off, mystery guesses that it was a bloodbath bot lane. Gragas got fed off it. Ashe got a couple kills, and then it was a skyrocket from there. And Darius got 2 solo kills. So that's what I'm saying.
I think it's a pretty good guess.
I'm calling that guess based off how the score was.
It could be. It could be. I have to say one more thing. Like the drafts from the Gentle team were really, really good. Like whoever is doing the draft, like good job on that. It's really good. Is watching pro play. It's following the meta, and there is nothing wrong there. I would say that some picks could be different, but the idea of the draft is great. Like in the first game as well, that Jinx being open. In the second game, picking MF and Seraphine, really good.
Yeah,
Definitely.
beautiful combo.
I wish we did see more of that first game because that draft from them, like
Yeah.
you said, was so interesting. The Darius pick, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
If I could see some Darius moves.
Sadly, it is what it is, and that game is lost to the relics of time.
It's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
forever lost. That's how it goes. That's how it goes.
But yeah, no, Cooks, we love having you on. We love hearing just everything, picking apart of what happened, what went wrong, what would you have do different. And I appreciate you saying the Spectre said they did really good. They just couldn't hold on to it. So it's awesome. It's awesome to have you on here.
Thank you very much one more time, and yeah, see you guys.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Coach.
Thank
take
you.
it easy. All right, well,
I'm glad we got to talk to that guy again. We heard the initial
Yeah.
thoughts about it.
but
and
it's
the
nice.
follow-up
It's
is
nice to hear
nice.
from like a coach perspective. Get all that information. But we want to hear from the winners. We want to
True.
hear from a little top lane friend that we met not too long ago.
Yeah, who's that one guy we talked to? He sounded pretty cool. Alaskan
Alaskan-
Sun
That guy.
Bear. That's
That guy.
who it is.
Yeah.
There it
I know
is.
that guy.
He's back.
So you didn't have too much to say. You just kind of said, hey, we're going to win it. And
Yeah, I had
what did you
confidence in
do?
my boys and my late game shot calling. And
Yeah.
we just macroed them apart.
That's right.
The second game we kind of goofed around by skirmishing too much, but we really brought it back hard.
Yeah.
First game and second game, we had complete vision control where we needed it, and we really just ran over them when we needed to.
It was there. So you said it was the late game shot calling. So the way your team works, is it that you split it up between like early game, mid game, late
Yeah.
game? Okay.
Yeah, so a jungler and support call the early activity, and then I take over at about 20 minutes.
Nice. And
Nice.
it
Simple.
clearly
That
works for
makes
your
sense.
team. I mean, you guys haven't lost yet.
Yeah.
And it seems
Yeah.
like, based off the second game, you're really, the brass behind it all. I mean, if you can come
Yeah.
back from that, you're doing pretty good.
Yeah, I repeated the same thing 80 times. If they engage on you, back up, Seraphine ult.
Yeah.
Blank. I repeated that over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they all listened. They all got words when they needed to. They're getting it. They're really a great team to play around with, and just don't ban Seraphine, please.
Yeah, there you go. That's it. That's the secret right there. So
Yep.
for any team listening, you ban
Okay.
Seraphine, it's over.
tell anybody.
That
Don't
team
tell
is
anybody.
losing a game instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the dying
Don't look at
question-
game one.
Yeah, the dying question that we all want to know, because there's a little bit of mystery behind it. What happened game one, pre 20 minutes?
Yeah, because we have no idea.
We have no clue.
That
There
game
was-
is lost to the annals of time.
Yes.
We just out mechanicked them.
There we go. That's all.
Hey,
How many did
I
you
believe
get
it.
any solo kills in the top lane?
Yeah.
How
There
many?
was one. I think it was just one. I don't think I got both of them. You guys were saying both the whole time. and
I was
I'm
just
flattered.
guessing.
I'm flattered. I think it was
I
just
was just
one.
guessing. Yeah, but I'll take
Yeah.
one. I was close. And it was a
It's
bloodbath spot
super
lane, right?
easy. It's super easy for Darius just to run down Sion, and yeah, bottom. Come on.
Yeah.
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 That's how
It's
it
Ash.
is.
That's what we thought. I didn't do too bad filling everybody in.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'll
Yeah.
take that.
Pretty
I
much.
guess is goaded. Our Aurelion Soul mid-scaled. He knew he was going to match Scion after a certain point. You know, we had easy plans early in the game for the late game,
Yep.
Yeah.
and we followed through on it, and we ran him over.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So very calm. You're very calm and composed. Does it stay like
Yeah.
that even with the dig that you were taking,
Yeah.
where you guys were
Yeah.
behind? It still is like that. You're still able to just think and everything.
Yeah, no, there's no tone change. Just remind everybody, we're not supposed to be skirmishing. We're not a skirmishing team. We're a press R team.
Yep.
So,
True.
Yep. Just
Yeah.
get that through 80 times, and then everything works out.
famous quote. Keep it simple, stupid. It's
Right.
just that simple. Just press R, win the fight. That's all you had to do. Well, Sunbear, thank you so much for joining us. A great 2-0.
course.
Fantastic games. What we were able to see at least. And can't wait to talk to you again. Take it easy.
Yeah, can't wait to be 8-0.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
right. That's right.
He's,
That's-
he's
that's-
ready.
that's
They're
what I like to
ready.
see.
I mean, they've made it 75% of the way. I
That's
think
right.
we can give them the 8-0 at this point. But the problem is the curse when you go undefeated. Like,
Yep.
let's look at the New England
It's
Patriots.
real. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let's look at the New England Patriots. You can't finish it once you go undefeated like that, and
know if
it's
that's
very,
true.
it's very sad. It's very sad. Think about it. Without Eli Manning and Nick Foles, that man would have 10 rings right now.
Yeah.
That man would have 10
Oh, that's
rings.
two people right there.
Yeah,
just
that's it.
ruining
That stopped it all. But excellent game and a half that we got
Oh,
to see tonight.
Definitely.
Beautiful, beautiful job, Spectre Gaming. Amazing, amazing job. I mean, in the second game, the
Yeah.
beginning of the second game, seriously, so good. You put the #1 team who's never lost anything down to getting objective gold. And you just need to figure that out because you did amazing. Simply
Yeah,
put, that's it.
Yeah, but just fantastic games. Fantastic interaction by this chat as well. I gotta say, MVP of this chat right now, Vay Marie, just
Oh, my
carrying.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What a monster in the chat. I
No
mean,
kidding.
keeping us alive, keeping the chat alive, keeping the game alive.
I
That
know.
was it. So Vay Marie, you get a huge shout out for that.
Chat MVP. right
Chat
there.
MVP. We give one of those out
Per split.
Per split, and you got it. You got it. I mean,
Easily.
It wasn't
nobody
even
else
close.
can. Nobody else can take it.
She's funny. She's on
Look at that. She's popping
like
off
500
right
I
now.
know.
Yeah, we
That's
like to
great.
see it.
That's
No
that's
caffeine, man.
fantastic.
There you go. There it is. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Glad you're loving it.
That's it. And I'm getting told right now by the producers that we want an interview with you at some point too, as well.
We might have to.
Maybe
Yeah.
not today. Maybe, look at
Maybe
time for
not
that
today, but I am
Yeah.
getting told we want an interview with the #1 fan.
No, you say no, but we'll.
Yes, no, you think we're lying. We're not.
Don't you worry. We'll
I
get
mean,
you in here eventually.
You're this active in the chat. I think no
You
one,
deserve
no one
it.
else does this. You should,
Yeah.
we'll have you on.
But before we got some pressing things
Mm-hmm.
to discuss right now. I hear that registration's already open for summer split
Wow.
already.
Is that
What?
true? Next week.
Next week? So
So
we're
Next
almost
week.
there.
So we're a week off.
So you're telling me the first week of May I could sign up for the summer split of SLS?
It's that easy.
Yeah, it's
I
that
just gotta
easy.
gather my team, go into our
Yes.
Discord, join.sls.lol,
Exactly.
Yeah.
and then I can just go into the summer split.
Yes. And it is so easy to do. And I'm going to tell you one other thing that's very easy to do.
All right.
It's very easy to go on coachify.gg.
That
too,
is
as well.
true. I
It
know
is
I've
very
been
easy.
there.
My
If
God.
you're someone who understands the game and you're someone who just loves helping other players, coachify.gg is the way to get the job done. It makes everything so simple. It's a company that is constantly growing and adapting to make everything even easier as an interface.
We love Coachify.
Yeah.
We love Coachify.
do
We
we
love
have to say
talking
anything more?
with Josh. We love talking with Cooks. We love talking with everybody over there at the platform.
They're
I
all
mean,
so nice.
they do a great
Yeah.
job. Yeah, it's very down to earth, very easy to talk to, and they understand the game.
I feel like that's the most important part. You want someone that you can talk to about your skills, what's going on in your games, someone that you can actually relate with at least. These coaches are ready to talk to you about whatever's going on in your games. You want to improve on a certain thing, guess what? They're going to help you with that. that easy, man.
It is
that easy.
It is that easy. It is that easy. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
It really is.
It really is a beautiful thing.
It's that easy.
So while we prepare the highlights for this week, I think we want to show one more time those highlights from last week, just to show you guys
In case
how
you missed them.
crazy SLS can be sometimes.
Yep.
You know, we'll see those highlights once more.